Welcome to Daily Magic, a cozy, growth-minded, sparkly corner of the world. Join me, Shayna Wexler, as we revel in and rediscover the abundant magic that fills our daily lives. So brew up some tea in your favorite mug, settle into your comfiest chair, and breathe deep as we create Daily Magic. Hello, my beautiful friend. I am so happy that you are here today for this bonus episode during our Daily Magic holiday break. And I am so excited to reunite with you on February 11th to kick off our first episode of Season 2 of Daily Magic. How are you feeling today? We are nearly 3 weeks into this new year, 2025, and I would really love to know how the new year is feeling to you so far. Is it feeling fresh and new and exciting? Do you feel like you're still recovering from the holidays? Are you feeling trepidation around upcoming changes? Let me know in the comments so that we can come together and really support each other, okay? As we settle in for this little bonus episode, let's just take one nice, deep, grounding breath together. Big, deep, full inhale, and let it go. So nice, yes. So as we look towards our new season of Daily Magic, I thought it might be fun to visit a topic that is so foundational to this cozy, magical podcast. And that subject is, I know you could guess it, tea time. Yes. As many of you know, episode 1 of Daily Magic was the magic of tea time, complete with a guided tea party meditation. If you've listened to more than one episode of this podcast, you will also know that I start nearly every episode inviting you to brew up a cup of tea for yourself, and I usually ask you what tea you are sipping on, and I discuss my present cup of tea with you as well. And also, if you have spent any time on my YouTube channel yet, my YouTube channel, Shayna Wexler, you will know that having a tea party together is also a foundational aspect of that space as well. So, while there are already a few episodes where we discuss the beautiful and magical benefits of tea time, I realize that most of you don't really yet know how tea and tea parties and the act of tea time became so important and central in my life, and why it's such a big deal for me to want to share it with all of you. Last year, I had the wonderful pleasure of being a guest on the New York radio show, The File. And the full interview was 2 hours long, and I, of course, enjoyed every single minute of it. But my very favorite question of the interview was when I was asked about my origin story around tea and its importance to me. And I realized in that moment that I had never publicly shared that particular origin story. And I really loved having the opportunity to trace those details back. So here for your enjoyment is a little clip of that interview. And I hope that as you listen, it sheds some sparkly light on why tea is a prerequisite for this podcast, and explains the desire for connection that I always hope to facilitate through sharing a simple cup of tea with you. This interview clip picks up with me expressing my vision and drive behind creating this daily magic space, and then it opens up into some tea party talk. So here we go. Daily Magic is all about reconnecting to the magic that does dance through our daily lives. We so often move so quickly. And life can end up becoming such a kind of burdenous type of a thing. We can feel like we have so much coming at us at all the time that we can really lose sight of the fact that there are magical, truly magical moments around us every single day. And they are usually found in the slow, quiet, mindful moments, but they are everywhere. They are in acts of giving, they are in rituals, they are in becoming, they are in the I am. They are so many things. It's the slowing down of it all, right? And so I really like when I received the message in, it was like, okay, what I really want to create is a space that is safe for everyone. This is a place for any belief or non-belief system, because magic is for everybody, joy is for everyone, an inspired life, that is for every single person. And so it was really clear to me, I want everybody to feel safe here, creating verbiage and words to just make it what it is, which is just a very daily and accessible way of experiencing the world, so that we can really live the fullest lives possible. Inspiration and joy, like this is quality of life stuff. I'm so passionate about it because we can go through our day to day and we can miss all of the things that really are what life is about. It's so easy to do so. But when we can really make space to invite in the magic from around us and then tune into our own inner magic, because yes, we all have unique inner magic. When we can tune into the magic externally and internally, then we're really living inspiration and joy that permeates everything that we do, right? It's not just, oh, I want to live an inspired life because I'm a singer-songwriter, so I want to create, right? It's like, no, feeling inspired comes down to how you're feeling about the world around you. It's how you see the world around you. It goes into how we relate to other people, the momentum or the energy that we have to put into our relationships, into any and every given thing that we do. It is underscored by if we are inspired in our lives, if we have joy in our lives or not. And so to be able to have this weekly podcast where we can come together and sip tea, because that's a very important part of magic. This is step one magic, right? Okay, this is foundational magic, drinking tea, where we can sip tea, we can be cozy, we can all be safe together, and we can explore the daily little things that make life so beautiful.
I just love it. And just so folks know how serious you are about the tea, it truly is part of what part of that entire process that you're talking about. Tell me about your relationship with tea, because it is very serious to you.
It's a lifestyle. It really is.
It really you're is. Very, very serious about it, and I love it. I want to hear all about it.
Oh, well, it goes, again, way, way back. My parents were not huge tea drinkers, but once in a while they brew up a pot of peppermint tea, Celestial Seasonings peppermint tea.
Yes.
And my big brother, Gabe, and I, we both really, really loved peppermint tea. And there was just something so like warming about it, right? So it was like, that was my experience with tea when I was like really young, and I was like, what? And it felt special. It was like a special occasion, and I live for a special occasion. And that's part of what daily magic is as well. It's like turning every single day into a special occasion, right? So it was like, oh God, what a special occasion this is. And so then when I was probably about third grade or so, growing up, my favorite human in the entire world was my Auntie Jill. And my Auntie Jill lived in California, and she was just so cool. She did musical theater professionally, and she always had the coolest nails and the coolest hair, and she was just so sophisticated and just so like, I just adored her, right? And she was like, she was like relatable, but also somewhat like on this pedestal as well. And when she would come into town, she would do daily tea time, and she would bring this loose leaf tea that was just like it was Pete's tea in those little tins, like the loose leaf, and she'd have these the special little films to put your tea leaves in, and she would do this ritual, and she would use like kind of the nicest cups she could find for it, and I was just enamored by her doing this. And one point, she used to do this every single afternoon. And at one point, she said to me, like, do you like tea? And I was like, well, like, I love peppermint tea. Like, as a peppermint tea connoisseur, yes, absolutely.
Do dogs pee on brick walls?
Actually, yes. And so she was like, do you want to join me for tea? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to so much. And so she introduced me to my first black tea, and her favorite is Assam. It's just a wonderful, robust, round black tea, and she would have that, and she would pour it, and she would always put the perfect amount of sugar and the perfect amount of milk in it, and then she would stir it for me. And there was something about that, like, that was magical, because when I tried to recreate it later, I could just never quite get the same proportions as what, like, it just tasted so good when Auntie Jill would make it. And when we had tea time together, she invited me into this kind of like adult kind of a space, right? It was like she saw me as a peer, and suddenly I like was having these very engaging philosophical conversations, and I felt like I felt very grown up, and I felt very privileged and very special, because my younger siblings, they didn't get to be part of the tea time. It was something kind of for us older girls to do. And it was so special. And she would talk to me about my dreams for musical theater. And she would talk to me about just life in general. And then anytime she would leave, which was just always devastating, because it was like kind of before email is kind of where it started, right? So it's just like, oh, this long distance of now she's far away in California, but she would leave me the end of the tin, whatever was left in the tin. She would leave that for me, and she would leave the filter papers, and I would just, oh my gosh, they were so precious to me. And so I would like really parcel it out through the rest of the year. And I started inviting my little brother and sister to have tea time with me and trying to make it as special for them as it was for me. And I've always loved period piece kinds of stuff. So you're always watching them like making tea, sipping tea, baking scones, that kind of a thing. And then when I was 15, I co-founded a nonprofit company with a woman who was about 40 years old. We created a company called Les Filles de la Foi, which is the Daughters of Faith, which made very fancy tea parties for underprivileged women who would not have a chance to be able to do that. So for like their bridal showers or their baby showers or birthdays or special events, we would bring the linens, we would bring the china, we would bring the tables, we would cater it. And she, the woman who I co-founded this company with, Jackie Van Doren, she taught me how to make all of these pastries and how to serve an afternoon tea and all of these things. And again, it was a way that I saw that you could really make people like people felt so special. They felt so seen. They felt so valued when we would share this wonderful practice with them. And so that just bolstered it all the more. And then I just enjoyed sharing it with everybody, having people over and giving them the experience of being like, this is prepared for you. This is special for you because you're valuable. And I'm excited that you're here. And it really just took on this life of like, this is a natural extension of how I show you that I really care about you and want you to be taken care of. So there you have it, my beautiful friend. And now you know that asking you to have a tea party with me in each episode is my unique way of telling you how special you are to me, a way for me to express to you how worthy, deserving, and wonderful you are, and a way for me to say to you, I'm so happy that you are here. If you are interested in hearing even more about my tea party journey in this life, I created a YouTube video about it as well, which I'm going to link in the show notes below. So take good care of yourself. I will check in with you soon. And in the meantime, be blessed, be light, and be the magic. Love you, my friend.